What's up, Auntie babies? What's up, Auntie babies? Y'all, I'm finally back. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. I know I've missed my babies. I have been neglecting my Auntie duties. I know. I understand, and I'm so sorry. But y'all, I'm back. I found some time. Actually had a really productive work day today. So you know what? I'm going to spend some time with my babies today. Doing something new, new to you guys, not new to me, but new to you guys. Something that has kind of calmed me and relaxed me in the last several months. Y'all, I make masks. So I make them for myself, some for my family and friends. Let me show you some of what I've done. Now, I'm going to show you my first fail. This was my first mask. The struggle. Yeah, so that was garbage. But I got the hang of it. I found a better pattern. Actually, those square masks are harder for me to make, and I don't like how they come out. So I started working on some of the more rounder masks, and I actually like it better because it conforms better to my nose. So here's a couple. This one with some lemons, and then I got some sunflowers. Oh, and of course, I'm repping my Ravens. Holla. Repping my Ravens. And I got to do the Black Queen. The Black Queen, y'all. But y'all, I'm actually started branching to some other things. I've actually started making bonnets. I made some bonnets, y'all. And I'm actually really proud of my next accomplishment. I'm still new at it, getting used to it. But I've started printing my own material. Found a couple of websites. Actually, there were some suggestions. Because fabric is so expensive, y'all. Especially the good stuff. So it's like, if I want something really cute, really fashionable, I got to spend out my tuchus to get that kind of fabric. But I figured out how to print on my own. See, you have that Leo Queen. That's your girl. That's your auntie. I'm the Leo Queen. And so, y'all, I've been working on that. Made some masks for my little baby great niece. And so I'm going to actually do a video at another time and show you the process. There's actually two ways of doing it. A cheap way and an expensive way. And I invested in the more expensive products before the cheap products, before I found out about the cheap products. And I'm probably going to do a comparative video to see which one comes out better. What y'all think? But yeah, so today, I'm just going to catch up with, it's so much to catch up on, y'all. I've been out of pocket for so long. We're going to catch up, but while we talking and while we hanging out, I'm going to make two masks. Two masks. One, and I have some material already kind of pre-cut right here. I actually cut it wrong. I cut it too close to the actual lining. I don't know if you can see that. So this is going to actually show up in the mask. So this will be one of my own just personal masks, or if someone just needs an extra mask, I'll have it available. So I'm going to sit this back over here. I'm going to go through and show you guys, and I'm going to do another mask where I start from scratch, cutting from the material. So here are all my supplies. So I have my sewing machine. I can't really see if I can get it around. It's Hello Kitty, y'all. I got a Hello Kitty sewing machine. Y'all know I'm obsessed with Hello Kitty. Your auntie is obsessed with Hello Kitty. So if you feel like sending me something for birthday, Christmas, make it Hello Kitty. Please make it adult Hello Kitty. I'm going to say that because, yeah, I've gotten some kitty stuff in the past. Like, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do? Okay, so I'm going to plug this up. Turn it on. That's my machine. I have some quilter's clips. They come in handy for me when I'm starting to add the elastic and holding some of the material together, like when I'm trying to put the nose wire on. I have my little thread clipper to get at those little tiny pieces or really close to the fabric without cutting the fabric and getting the threads. I got my pins, got a pair of scissors, and I have my rotary cutter. I use the rotary cutter when I'm cutting through multiple layers of material. Usually will go with the regular scissors if I'm just doing like one layer or two layers. So these are my supplies. I'm going to move them a little bit. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to shake out some of my pins. I like having them out. And then I'll put this to the side. going to pull out some of these medium clips, little medium-sized ones. It's medium to me because there's this big one. There's this is a little bit bigger. And then there's kind of a inchy-winchy one. Let me see if I can find one. It's an inchy-winchy one. I rarely use these. I'll use these when I'm making masks for little children because there's less material to work with. So I'm going to put some of these over, y'all. It's an inchy-winchy. So how have y'all been doing? How have you been holding up? It's been so long. Y'all, I'm blessed to still have a job and still working. Some days I work from home, but most days I'm at the hospital. And it's crazy. I'm seeing a lot of crazy stuff. You know, this COVID is, thought we had it beat. Thought we had it. And y'all live in Texas, so it was utterly disappointing and frustrating to see all of the hard work that we did in the early months go to waste after Memorial Day. And it was horrible. Because literally that weekend they showed pictures of people down at Galveston Beach, and they said there were thousands of people down at the beach, like it was nothing. And it was still raging. The coronavirus was still, COVID, what did I used to call it? Corolla. You know, it was still raging, but people didn't take it seriously. And you see what happened. In several, weeks later, and people blamed it on the protests. I particularly don't believe it was the protests because, again, I live here and I see what people were doing. There were people who were out at restaurants, at bars, hanging out, and doing whatever they wanted, no masks. You know, nobody was, social distancing, and it was so frustrating for me because, again, working at the hospital, I am aware of these kids who are getting it and getting sick, and it was just frustrating to see people really not take it seriously. And then when things did start ticking up here in Texas, well, why is this happening? Because y'all been letting your guard down. Y'all wanted to go eat at the restaurant. Take it home. We want to go to the movies. We want to go to the gym. I need my hair done. I need my nails done. Y'all, it's not that serious. Y'all see, did y'all check out did you check it out? I've been letting it grow. I've been letting it just relax and air out. So I'm not going to cut it again. So this has been since February, March. Just let it hang, y'all. It's not that serious. So, okay, let me get back to this. But yeah, things have been crazy, but we ain't going to focus on that. So I'm going to start with cutting my fabric. So I've already threaded my machine, and I think one of the most frustrating aspects of sewing for me is when the thread pops out and I'm constantly having to keep putting it, because y'all know your aunties can't see, and I'm having to rethread. So these are the fabric patterns. This is the mask fabric, and this is the lining. So I'm going to cut for both. Let me find some of the lining. I'm going to line this with black. This is just black broadcloth fabric. I mean, you can get that right now, because it's been extremely hard. It was extremely hard for that first month, maybe March, April, to find fabric anywhere. I mean, folks cleared out the aisles in Walmart, and they would have bolts and bolts of fabric going. So it's really starting to pick back up. They're starting to stock back in now. So now I have bins of fabric. I had to improvise with some and buy like some tablecloths and things like that to get lining and backing, but it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to start, and this is a mask I'm going to actually make for my friend Heather, because it's got flamingos. Hi, Heather. She loves flamingos, and so it took me months to find fabric with flamingos. It just was not available. So this is going to be the lining. This is the main fabric. That's how we're going to separate the patterns, and that's what we're going to, and I'm getting this all screwed up, so I'll put you over there. So I normally, because I'm working with limited space, and I will be moving hopefully sometime in October to a bigger spot, and I'll actually have more space for my crafting and for shooting videos and just living period, because I'm really cramped in this little teensy-weensy apartment right now. So hopefully, I'm trying to find the edge that I can pull 2 pieces. Hold up, y'all. And the struggle is real because, like I said, I don't have much space in here. Oh, they folded this in. I may have to pull the other broadcloth I have. Hold on. I have another one. I think it's already cut. We're gonna figure this out. The joys of sewing, my people. The joys. Yep, I have another one. So I have an end with 2 pieces. I'm gonna flip this over. I'll put it down here. Put those together. So I'm throwing them up as much as I can. Line them up, y'all. I try not to waste any fabric. I use all scraps and all kinds of stuff. So you're going to take your lining fabric, place it against the material, pin it down, and basically cut it out. And I don't know if any of you guys enjoy sewing or have even had to sew. For me, and y'all know I'm Auntie's a little older, from a different generation. Growing up, we kind of had to sew. You know, we had to get my own clothes because there was a point where once I was a young teenager, my mother was like, okay, I'm not doing this for you. You need a hem? Go hem it. Come here, let me show you how to do this. So yeah, I learned how to sew early on. And and again, when I was in high school, we had home ec and things like that, so we had to sew in there as well. Now again, I could use the scissors to cut this out, but I used the rotary. Again, I normally, that's thick. I would use the rotary more for if I have thicker material. And this is, I tighten this up. Maybe I won't be using the rotary cutter because it's acting like it's a little loose. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm using scissors. What? I don't use that for this anyway. Yeah, I'm pretty loose around my patterns. I just want to get the general shape. Because when I sew it, that's when it's going to, I'll tighten it up. Tighten it up, tighten it up, tighten it up. Y'all missed me. I missed y'all. I miss talking to my babies. I miss spending time. I haven't even been on YouTube much, like even watching some of my favorite YouTubers like B-Loves and Joe Budden. I do watch Joe Budden sometimes. And Hollywood Unlocked, Uncensored. I haven't really been on there much. So once you're done cutting it out, you're going to pull out the pins. I'm going to move my, and this is just plain paper. You can find these, a lot of these different masks templates online. If you just search free mask templates, you'll find 100 of them. This one was from, hold on, Auntie is blind. This one is from www.craftpassion.com/P=26304. And this will be the main fabric and the lining. So it'll download in PDF format. You can print it out on regular paper and they work just fine. They last a long time. I haven't had one tear up on me yet. Before I move to the other fabric, I'm going to go ahead and pin these two together because I just do it in advance. Because that first line of sewing will be along that curve. So I'm just going to go ahead and pin these together. And with the back fabric, this is the same fabric, so I don't have to turn it. But with, say for instance, the colored fabric or the front fabric, when I do pin it, it's going to be with the colored parts facing each other, or the darker parts. And you want the inside pieces to, see if I can line this up. There we go. I think that's as good as it's going to get, because I cut it wrong anyway. And I'll pin this one as well. Y'all, and I love these longer pins. I can't remember the exact measurement of these pins. I would have to go and look on Amazon. Because I have some other pins in there, inchy winchy, and I don't do well with them. I end up poking myself. I lose them, and I step on them. It's not fun. That's all I'm going to say. It's not fun. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut out the fabric for the flamingo. And I'm not going to make the same mistake I made the last time with the lemon and cut too close to the edge. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this and give myself a little more space. Move it out some. Yeah. And I'm going to pin. Pin, pin, pin. Y'all, it's been a crazy few months. I've been hearing that they might be giving us another stimulus check soon. Yay. I'm all for the stimulus. Show me the money. Especially living out here in Texas. I need to have some extra duckies in my pocket so that I can prepare when them hurricanes coming through. We had one come through. It was a tropical depression, I think. It wasn't an actual hurricane. Came through a couple days ago. All we really got was rain. More southern Texas took the brunt of it. But bam. She is going to love this mask. You're going to love it, Heather. And again, I don't cut directly onto the, so close to the pattern. I'll figure it out later on. Figure it out later on. Put these in here for a while. Lose them. Put up my, and again with these you're going to flip the fabric inside out. Y'all, what y'all think about sending these kids back to school? Them talking about sending these kids back to school. I'm thankful that my poo is, you know, she's an adult, a college student, but an adult, and could make the choice of taking a year off, and it's not a big thing. But for these little ones, they really need to get to school. I mean, I get it, for the, you know, because they fall behind. And then it's so hard to get them caught back up. But I'm scared for a lot of these parents, y'all. And teachers and, you know. Oh. Y'all tell me what y'all think about it. I think it's a mess. I'm going to pull this over a little bit more so I can see what I'm doing. So I've already threaded my machine. Pull the thread behind y'all. I'm losing it. But I'm going to go ahead and do the stitch. The first stitch is around the rounded part of the mask of this pattern on all of them. I'm going to just run through and get all of these knocked out. Right. Start at the edge. Back stitch and roll in. Start my pile right there. Take these out. Now, once I get that first stitch in, and it's usually like a 1/4 inch, I go through and I snip some of these so that it'll open up pretty good once they're together. Give it some movement. Not all the way past the stitch, just right up into it. Okay, one piece down. And I always start with the thread hanging back, because this machine, if I don't hold it and have enough, it'll suck right back up, and then I'll be, man! Duh. Okay. I end up wasting a lot of thread, but you know. It's easier for me. What else is going on in the world, y'all? Ain't nothing going on. I haven't been watching much TV. I'll tell you the truth. I do watch a lot of the news cycles, but I haven't been watching too many series. I watched a couple. Y'all, I got the news rolling in the background. Did y'all hear about this fool that Donald Trump tweeted today? Some doctor who said that masks don't help and that the coronavirus has a cure. It cures hydroxychloroquine or whatever. And Trump retweeted it, which was bad enough. I'm going to need to repin this. But he didn't do any background on this lady. He just liked the fact that she was touting the hydroxychloroquine and didn't really check to see if, one, the woman was a legitimate doctor. Two, you know, what other kind of things she'd been saying or whatever. He did no background and just retweeted it. And so this chick was talking about aliens. There's alien DNA and medication, and they're making the medication so that you won't want to follow religion. There's a whole bunch of dumb stuff this lady was talking about. I was like, dude, you gotta look at who you retweeting. Duh. Come on, man. You tweeting the DNA alien lady? That ain't right. Alright. That is good. Good. Yeah, that was crazy. I'll be on Twitter in a little bit, y'all. I'll be seeing some funny stuff on there. Twitter be having me cracking it. Laugh out loud. And some of these groups, the Lincoln Project, Midas Touch, Three Brothers, and there's another one. Can't think of it off the top of my head. Man, they make some funny stuff sometimes. They come up with them. But, call a spade a spade. Alright, okay. There you go. What shows did I watch? I sat and binge watched a couple shows. I didn't watch them while they were actually airing. But I went back and kind of watched them. The first one I watched was the Fort Salem. I don't know. I gotta go back and look at it. But it was actually pretty good, y'all. And I'm glad they renewed it for another season. It was it's about these witches who, after the Salem witch trials or whatever, came to the defense of the United States. So there's a group of witches that defend countries, right? Male and female, wizards and witches or whatever. And I know there's some people who say, oh, that's sacrilegious, blah, blah, blah. It's just a TV show. I know what's real and what's not. So anyway, I don't want to tell the whole Fort Salem. I gotta look it up. Tell about the whole show, but it was actually just pretty interesting. It was something different, you know, not some of the same old dumb stuff. So I actually got into that. I just recently finished Snowpiercer. When I say it's on USA. I didn't think I would like that show, but it was actually really good. It was about how, I guess, when the global warming is about to destroy the earth, people try to freeze the world, and then they ended up freezing too much. And so this man built a train that circled the globe in order to stay warm. It generated heat. That's how to stay warm. But you have different classes. Like, people had to buy tickets to get on this train. And it's another interesting show, something different. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out my elastic. I use, for my head, for most of the adults that I've made, I use about 6.5 inches of elastic, and that usually gives enough people enough. It's enough fit, but not so tight that they're in pain by the end of the day. Okay. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew my elastic to my back piece. So I'm going to clip them first using those quilting clips I told you about, the medium size ones. Don't mind my computer, my other computer, because I got one. So I clip them to the outside like so, wind them around, and clip. See? And that's how they'll be attached for later. I usually give myself a little bit of space on the inside. I don't do it right to the edge. It's just harder to get it that way. And then again, you don't want it to be too loose. What else have I watched, y'all? Not much, like I said. I just haven't been able to get into TV. I was trying to watch Black Ink Crew, Chicago. I don't even think I finished New York. I watched The Housewives of Atlanta. I didn't even get started on New York or Beverly Hills, and I really want to watch Beverly Hills. I don't know. It's like enough of the same. I need to see some new stuff. I do like, and this is in its second season now. I just started back up, The Alienist. I don't know if you guys have heard of that show. On TNT. Great show. Love it. If you like psychological, thriller, murder type stuff, dramas, you're going to love it. And it's a period piece, which is even better. With Dakota Fanning. What that screaming say? Okay. I call her the screamer girl because it seemed like every movie she was in, even when she was little, she was screaming. It was like, little girl, stop screaming. You give me a headache. Okay, so I'm going to start with getting on the elastic. So what I do, basically, the clips are just to hold the elastic in place, but I will take them off right before I pull down the foot. Let me get this thread. Get a hold of it. And I run over the elastic like once or twice. And that happens so often. I don't know what's going on with my machine. That my thread always gets stuck down the bottom. I'll do that to the next side as well. See? I'm going to go ahead and cut that thread off so I'm not looking at it later. I always try to remember to cut these off at the time I'm doing it, because if I wait and then have to cut all those little threads, I'm usually about to be ready to scream. Ready to scream. I don't know what else is going on in the news right now. I haven't checked. Normally I go on YouTube and see what pops up. Congratulations to Nicki Minaj on the pregnancy. She's looking beautiful and pregnant and glowing. Saw that the other day. Hold up. I'm having a little issue. Get your butt on over there. Stay. Alright. Yeah, that was good news. That was sweet news. I want to hear good news every so often. Because it's been enough of the foolishness to last me a whole lifetime. A whole lifetime, y'all. Alright. Here's that first string. And I just heard Megan Thee Stallion got shot in the foot by Tory Lanez. What's that about? I don't even know. I ain't even really go read the story, but I saw it, and so I was like, okay, that's what we're doing now? We're shooting people in the feet? I don't understand why that's a thing, but, you know, hey. But I'll go and catch up on it. I don't know if it's true or not, or what the whole situation was, but I think it just sounds a little stupid. Just saying. Why is you shooting people when you good boy? You was a whole thing a minute ago. People was riding for you. You just shot yourself in the foot. God. Oh. All right. Next step. So now we're going to pin the back and the front together in order to sew those together. And y'all, if you start sewing or get used to little pieces of fabric and thread and everything flying all around you and being on you all the time. So the next thing we have to do, we have to pull our front fabric out. So you want it out. And you're going to take the back fabric as it is with these flipping edges and sit it right on top of it. Okay? And what we're going to do is line these up and pin them to be sewn together. Now I'm hungry. I have to do a mukbang soon because I have not had seafood since the last time y'all saw me with that bad camera. So that's been what, months? Yeah, I'm gonna have to plan that out. Run me. Oh, y'all, I missed the whole side. A whole epic fail. I'm gonna do it right here. I'm not. That was an epic fail. I'm rushing, thinking I'm done. But yeah, I have to plan me a seafood boil soon, quick, fast. I've been too busy to really even focus on it. And I have house guests. House guests. My great niece and my niece are now living with me. So, been pretty busy. My great niece she just turned 3. A little snickle-wooker. So, just been pretty preoccupied, you know. But yeah, I got to get that together. Maybe do some shrimps, some mussels, some crab. I haven't had crab in a while. I'm not a big lobster fan. Every so often. I like lobster rolls. But just, yeah, I'm not a big lobster fan. Crab, always. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. Blue crab. Yeah, that sounds about right. Y'all need to run me my stimulus. I need a seafood boil. We need to do some seafood boils. I need my stimulus. I need Trump to pay for my next seafood bowl. Y'all, I routinely stick myself during this process. I haven't done it yet, so I'm thankful. But if I just howl out, you know what it's from. And again, I'm just pinning both of these sides together. Whoops. So I can run through with the machine. Run them together. Yeah, my daughter and I play Pokemon Go. I know. She got me started playing when the game came out a couple years ago. Like, I don't know nothing about no Pokemon. I don't know how old I am. What do I look like playing Pokemon Go? But lo and behold, I actually like it. I got into it. I started learning more about it than she did. Thanks, Trainer Tips Nick, a fellow YouTuber who is like my idol with the editing. His videos are so informative. So I started playing the game, learned more about it, and that's how we spend time. You know, we go play Pokemon Go. And this past weekend was Pokemon Go Fest. I want to say it was the 3rd annual Pokemon Go Fest. And because of COVID, because normally what they do is they'll be, say, in Chicago or Japan or wherever, and they'll get park space. They'll be in the park at whatever city, set up, you know, all these exhibits, you know, different. And some of the more famous YouTubers will be there signing, you know, autographs and different stuff. Just all kinds of fun stuff. But it's usually, you know, exclusive to one city, and you know, only, you know, so many people get to go. The tickets sell out pretty quick, and yeah, it's not good. So I haven't gone, and you know, I hadn't even really made the effort to go in any of the past years because simply I didn't want to spend money going to a town, you know. I mean, I said maybe I would someday, but having to pay hotel and, you know, do all this extra stuff to go play Pokemon Go. Again, you want the experience, but it just seemed like a lot. But because of the pandemic, they had to make things virtual this year. So, of course, Catrice and I participated over the weekend. It was a 2-day event. And I don't know if you know anything about Pokemon. I won't go into depth, but you play and catch them, and you play basically. If most people, you're either playing to catch what are called shiny Pokemon, which are Pokemon that are special and are usually colored different, or because you want to battle in raids where you have the chance to catch kind of legendary or stronger Pokemon or bigger, whatever, and collect those. Those are the 2 types of players when you're talking about Pokemon Go. I'm the former. I like catching shinies. I'm getting better at going to the raids or what have you. And now that they have a feature where you don't have to actually be at the gym or at a park in front of the gym, but if there's a friend who's there and they go into the raid, and they can invite their friends to come along or to come in. Up to, so I'm not sure how many, but that's an option. So I'm going to start at one edge, go down, and then start back up the other edge. But yeah, we had a lot of fun this weekend. Normally it's just Catrice and I. We go to a local park, and I'm a part of a Facebook group for Houston as a whole for Pokemon Go. So kind of hear about some of the things that they have going on, but I don't like going to the larger parks. It's usually just, I'm not going around a whole bunch of people right now. So we went out there, had a ball, and actually met some folks in our area, and we all stayed in our cars, of course, socially distant, and found out that there is actually a local Facebook group, and so we were invited to join and participate. And so that group goes out every, that thread pops, every Wednesday.